hear his music come on, dun 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 dun. He's over here, he's gigging, he's having a good time. That's Paddy the Baddie all day, brother. This dude says, yeah, I was over there beefing, throwing hand sanitizer off people's heads earlier in the week, but I'm here to get it done. He's all happy, he's exuberant, but when he steps into the cage, it's similar to that Mike Tyson quote where he says, it's not really the same, but Mike Tyson is all like, I'm fearful when I'm walking to the cage. I'm thinking this dude might be better than me, maybe he could beat me, but every inch that I get closer to the cage, I get more confidence. When I step into the ring, I'm a god. I feel like that's Paddy Pimblett right there. That is his mojo, his mentality on it, because he fought a very tough Kazula Vargas. And when it was time for him to lock in with all the madness and pandemonium happening in the stadium, he locked in. And he says, let's get it, brother. Now, what did that translate to? Getting rocked in the first 10 seconds of your bout. However, you have a championship mindset. So what do? You get your guard, retain your guard, get back up to your feet, hip toss your opponent, go on to submit him, rear naked choke, easy. AJ, Paddy Pimblett obviously has star power. Paddy Pimblett obviously knows how to put bums in seats, as he would like to say. However, can he continue to advance when you're getting rocked on the feet like it's nobody's business in each one of your UFC fights, brother? He is a grappler, not a striker. You got to shore up the striking defense a little bit, though, brother. He said Kazula had a puncher's chance, and he was 85%, 90% on the way to a TKO right there, brother. So give me your take. How far can Paddy Pimblett go with this fight style in the UFC?
Man, I'd say if nothing changes and you're going just how he is right now, hands down, chin up a little bit, I think he gets around to that top 20 and then really starts having some problems, man. Sure, he's great on the ground. He can get himself out of some sticky situations. But, if you're up against a guy who's looking to put a hole through your face instead of just touch you up, you get caught. Man, it's a long night. And even on the surface when that fight was happening in real time, I thought Kazula hit him with a bad one, and Paddy just fell down, sprawled out, did his thing, everything after that happened. But when you look back at it a little slow-mo, Paddy gets caught and then shoots for that takedown. Yeah, he misses the takedown. He misses the actual linking up of the hands, but he shoots for it. So he's still intelligent. He's still a very intelligent fighter. Even if he gets cracked, he knows how to get out of it. So not as he is now, it's going to have some problems reaching that top 20 when people are very well-rounded and know about that. But this dude, he's young, man. I don't have his age right now, but he's young. He can get better. He can shore up those hands. And that's kind of who I want to see him fight next. Somebody with hella hands, good technique, maybe not a whole lot of power, but enough technique to know what's going on so that when you do hurt him, you don't shoot in, you don't let him get to your hips. You keep it working, keep it going from the outside. And we could see if Paddy can actually handle himself on the feet.
He's young, brother, but he's not too young. He had a whole career before getting into the UFC. The man is a prime 27 years old, so he's still got a good 5 years of being in that prime of growing and you know what I mean, learning new tricks. But at 27 years old, we need to see the offensive repertoire in terms of the striking improve just a little bit. It's really more the defense that I'm talking about. And he even said it. He says, I'm going to have the haters. The haters are going to be talking. They're going to be like, yeah, you got hit with the big one. All that good stuff, right? You got hit with the big one. You know what I mean? You missed on your first takedown. But he says, look who won the fight. I won, right? First round finish. What's up? At the end of the day, I'm the boy. I'm the man. And he's right. He is the man of the arena at this point. But that doesn't mean that we can't have reservations, right? That doesn't mean that we can't sit there and say, listen, we can be a little critical and want a little more out of him, because if he's the new cash cow, so as he likes to say, of the UFC, we want you to stick around and we want you to have that Conor McGregor-like trajectory. But the difference between Conor McGregor and Paddy Pimblett when they were coming up is Conor McGregor rarely was getting cracked like that when he was coming up, man. He was flatlining people. He was doing Mystic Mac things on his rise to fame. Paddy Pimblett, on the other hand, he's having to battle from adversity 2 fights in a row. And AJ, this is the big kicker right here. He said, if they gave me a top 15 fight right now, I wouldn't take it. I need a better contract. This contract ain't good enough. He's clearly taking the Sean O'Malley approach on this one. If I'm getting paid the same, why am I going to fight these top 15 dudes? Why not just fight this random unranked dude? Why not? It's an easier fight. I don't need to be on the main card. Clearly, the crowd goes nuts when he comes in, being the third fight into the main card. So, with this being said, star potential is basically secured right there. However, the performance of Kazula Vargas, I want to focus on that just 1 second. Did you find it troubling at all that he, instead of standing back up after the failed takedown attempt and after having success on the feet, he just decided to kind of play in the guard of Paddy Pimblett and then get himself choked out. And you know what I mean? Obviously, it was in that clinch on the fence, and he got hip tossed, and obviously he probably wasn't expecting that. But why not just separate and say, I already had you rocked. Let's get it. This is my shot. I have a puncher's chance. We're going to fight. What do you think factored into that game plan?
I was blown away that he didn't, man.
Yeah.
That when Paddy shot for that takedown, he just didn't push him away and step back.
Yeah.
Let Paddy get back up. Like, there's no reason to go in. To me, it seemed like Kazula didn't do his research on how good Paddy is on the ground. I think he saw that first fight with Luigi, or was it Vendramini?
Yeah.
Well, he saw that first fight and he thought, he was like, oh, Paddy, this dude's here to swing. He's a brawler. Like, he's just head up, chin down, or chin up, swinging for the fences. Not Paddy at all, man. Paddy is great on the ground, very technical on the ground as well. You saw that butterfly guard instantly go in. He was looking crisp, man. And it just seemed like Vargas didn't expect him to be that good on the ground. He expected to power over him, be the dominating force. Wasn't the case at all. And then we all heard the J flow, we heard that judo flow come, but everybody except for who really should have heard it, Kazula Vargas, and he got tossed hard, man.
Yeah, no, you're right about that one. It's nice that you picked that one up, because this coach did scream that, hit that J flow, and then you get hip tossed, man. It's funny because I've been watching a lot of judo matches recently, man. So shout out to Travis Stevens, who was a USA, I think, silver medalist, Olympic silver medalist, maybe got a gold eventually. But the point is, this is an OG who was one of the best judo practitioners in the world, and I've been really coming to appreciate the art of judo. To see Paddy Pimblett be like, oh yeah, I just happen to train with some of the best judo guys. I'll just pull out a little judo out of my back pocket. It comes in handy, man. To be able to control where the fight takes place is an important thing. But I hear what you're saying. I'm going to push back a little bit. Kazula Vargas, I think he was well prepared for this fight. I do think that he understood the grappling capacities and faculties of Paddy Pimblett. I just think that in that moment, man, maybe he just felt that I'm going to get the TKO on him. I'm going to try to ground and pound him in, play it safe. And, you try to play it safe too much sometimes, and it works against you. So this was a big win by Paddy Pimblett. It was even crazier seeing Molly McCann. We'll talk about her next, but seeing Molly McCann jump into the cage. I was like, how did she get in the cage? I was like, who's allowing this? Like, she's just jumping in there. And obviously she had her little press badge, or you know what I mean, allowing her to be in there. But that duo of Molly McCann and Paddy Pimblett, the odds of them winning, both of them fighting on the last card, winning and doing it again in London. Let's not forget, Molly McCann, she dropped her UFC debut in London. So to get all of this back, it was very emotional. Beautiful thing to see. Paddy the Baddy is here to stay. And listen, man, new cash cow. Let's see what happens.